may have heard a lot, you may have even seen on TV, there seems never in the history of mankind have I ever seen there's so many babies and children that die at a very young age, and it's so sad and so tragic. It's very sad and tragic that these babies and children, a lot of them more than ever throughout all history, more than ever, they're dying at younger and younger ages from diseases. I don't know what kind, and I know it's only gonna get worse. This is why we need to ask our governments, the federal governments, the provincial governments, the municipal governments, all our governments and politicians. We have to ask them if they could please put more money into regenerative medicine, neuroscience, and stem cell research. Stem cell research, neuroscience, and regenerative medicine is so extremely, it's not even drug. You wouldn't believe how underfunded those things are. We need a lot more funding, federal funding into stem cell research and neuroscience and regenerative medicine. Take a look at this. Now, let's say you're a government official. Think about this for a minute. The more money we put into regenerative medicine, neuroscience, and stem cell research, the better. Because just imagine if we have cures for different diseases, like something that would paralyze a loved one and put them in the wheelchair. I mean, if you're government, you don't want none of your sons and daughters in wheelchairs, right? Well, that's why you support stem cell research, regenerative medicine, and neuroscience. Give a lot more funding because it's way overfunded. And I think you don't want to be in a wheelchair either because of some neurological disorder. So if you're a politician and you can put in lots of money, it's wise to do so because you don't want your children in the wheelchair because of some disease, neurological or otherwise. They keep your son or daughter or any kind of loved one in the wheelchair. You don't want to be in the wheelchair. This is why I say if you got the money, put the money into neuroscience and regenerative medicine. So we all need to get together and lobby our governments and politicians at every level of government, municipal, provincial, federal, whatever state, region, the government. We must lobby our government and make it known to government that we need a lot more money put into these things, like regenerative medicine, neuroscience, stem cell research, because you wouldn't believe how underfunded it is. It is very underfunded. In my case, I only have scar tissues of the nerves, and they still haven't got me standing walking yet. So it just shows you that the truth is so underfunded. We need a lot more funding into neuroscience alone. I've been paralyzed, unable to stand or walk. All I have is scar tissues of the peripheral motor nerves. The peripheral motor nerves. I have scar tissues, and that's why I'm not able to stand or walk. Now, if they could take stem cells and put those on my damaged peripheral motor nerves, I'd be able to stand or walk and climb up and down stairs. And I've been unable to stand and walk and climb up and down stairs this is going on 25 years, and this happened to me from electric reaction to a medication. The reason I'm not gonna say what the medicine is because I could get in trouble for saying but it doesn't matter. I mean, it's medicine. But there was this medicine that was put on that had an allergic reaction, caused a secondary high fever and a lower right lung, something like that. And this happened. It happened. I remember the date real clearly. It happened September the 9th. 1994, and I had the allergic reaction. And I had the allergic reaction to a medicine I was taking, and it caused a secondary lower right lung infection, I was told. Secondary lower right lung infection that caused hyperthermia. And the doctor up in London told me that my nerves were burned so badly in the legs, burned so badly from the high fever, that they caused scar tissue has formed on the nerve, scar tissues, adhesions, and damaged tissues. Then they went to see another neurologist in Windsor, and he said to me that if they can do the right things using stem cells, they can possibly, if they can do the right things with stem cells, they can possibly put stem cells on my scar tissues and adhesions and other damaged tissues, nerves. And they should be able to get me standing walking. And so now now you know why I say that we all need to get together, and we all need to lobby our governments more so. We need a lot more money, a lot more federal funding, provincial funding, municipal funding, as the more funding we can get, the better, because neuroscience, regenerative medicine, and stem cell research, that's not even a drop in the bucket right now. We need a hell of a lot more funding. We don't even have that drop in the bucket, would you believe it? It's so underfunded. The problem is, it's overfunded. I mean, look at how much money our governments waste on ridiculous nonsense, when that money could really be going to something real good to help people, like stem cell research, neuroscience, and regenerative medicine. And another thing, I would like to see the University of Windsor. The University of Windsor, Ontario, Canada, the University of Windsor, if they don't already have neuroscience and regenerative medicine and stem cell research department, they really need to get a real good regenerative medicine department, and then neuroscience department, and the stem cell research department, and then we need a lot more federal funding, especially into all those things like neuroscience, regenerative medicine, stem cell research, adult stem cell research. Because I've had this paralysis, and my worst fear is, and I hope I'm wrong about this, my worst fear is that I'll be in the wheelchair for the rest of my life. And I just hope and pray to God that that's not even true. That one day I will be standing and climbing up the stairs. But this can have to be through regenerative medicine, neuroscience, and adult stem cell research. And so we need to all lobby our governments and ask for more federal funding, and federal funding so that the University of Windsor has a very good Department of Neuroscience and a Department of Regenerative Medicine and a Department of Stem Cell Research at the University of Windsor Neuroscience.